Hey guys, welcome back. I got a new microphone. I hope I sound all right. Excited to be upgrading my technology stuff. My light's not working, so I'm just gonna use the window. I hope everything looks okay. I look okay, I guess. I don't know. I hope I sound okay. Anyways, today I wanted to go over what I think is like one of the most interesting spots, probably one of the hardest spots to play, one of the most interesting spots in poker, and that is monotone boards, as you can see up here. We're going to use an all diamond board. A lot of the main reason I want to go over this monotone board kind of idea is that I want to know where the bluffs come from. I think we can say stuff. I think it's very common for us to understand that the bluffs are going to be coming from like, ace high blockers, king high blockers, stuff like that. A lot of times when we look at solvers, we can get lost in it, and we can justify certain low frequency plays, such as like, I can raise like if we look over here. So here's the flop. We're gonna just stick to the flop for now. I could raise ace 8-7 suited. It looks like 28% of the time, something like that, or 40.8% of the time, we can raise like 8-7 of spades, and we could we can deduce that this is like part of where our bluffs come from. But later streets, I think it gets more complicated, and when playing against human beings, a lot of times, as you know, especially when playing against lower, not like advanced players, we see that the solver doesn't matter. What we study doesn't matter. But with monotone boards, I think we could learn a lot. We could learn that we could learn where the bluffs are supposed to come from, and this will actually translate into where the bluffs come from against non-GTO opponents. I think this is one of those areas in poker that GTO and I guess suboptimal play sort of like mesh together better, and that's because it's such a difficult node to understand that we can just see that the bluffs we can just see where the bluffs come from. So I'm going to try to make this a little bit quicker. I'm not going to try to get lost too much into the weeds, but the first thing I want to show you is just the flop play. I got this board and this hand actually from a friend of mine he sent. He was wondering if he should jam river on with Jack 7 of diamonds. He actually flopped a flush. I argued no. I think he kind of knew also that it wasn't any good. But anyways, just very quickly, it looks like our bluffs are coming from, like I said, the open-ended straight draws, the gutters. You get 7-6 suited. You could raise. This is going to be the bottom of our range right in here. These kind of hands, like remember, deuces and threes are at the bottom, but they are usually they're calling about half the time with the diamond. So deuce of diamonds, deuce of hearts right here we can see, deuce of diamond, deuce of spades, etc. But the bottom of our range like 4-5, which is actually has a pair, which I think is really cool. You're going to be raising 4-5 suited, suited. You're only going to have the suited combos of 4-5 anyways. Again, this is hijack versus cutoff call. I thought the ranges, if you go over here, this is the hijack versus a button call. I thought the ranges were kind of what you would see in a live setting. You don't see calling too much from the cutoff. I didn't tweak this too much to fit live fish or live players in general's ranges, especially in position. Hero was in position, out of position with Jack 9 of diamonds. And if we look, Jack 9 of diamonds is not even in range, I believe. A little bit. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, so. Oh, I'm sorry, Jack 7 of diamonds. Yeah. It's a little bit too loose, but that's okay. If we could no lock it, if I were to use my own solver, I think we would see some of those hands calling. Anyways, we go to the turn. Oops. Go to the turn, and we get a range bet. Solver on the turn sort of mixes with the different sizes and checks. I like that too. Let's see, Jack 8. Yeah, it looks like a lot of these, the ranges in these types of boards are doing a lot of stuff with their entire range. I think the small bet is good, just because you're out of position and the nuts are sort of locked down. You have the nuts a lot. If we go through like the range advantage, it looks like cutoff has more of the diamond, ace high diamonds, and it looks like it has more of a range advantage in general, but it's very close, especially around here. So I don't think, I do think that's why, I mean, that's part of why we see the betting so frequently. So my friend went with a 33% pot size bet. Cutoff's response here is mainly calling with their sets, 2 pairs, and then they're raising. Their raises are coming from pocket sevens. This is like bottom of range. So a lot of this stuff is coming from bottom of range, with a diamond blocker, as you can see here, the diamond blocker. So, and then on the river, we get the jack of spades and cutoff. Oop, let's go to the hijack. And hijack will jam top set. It will jam the straights, and it will jam it looks like it's jamming sorry, it's not, it's betting, it's over betting. There's no all in. There's 1% all in. I think that's yeah, the nuts, ace high nuts that unblock with like ace queen, top of range basically. I don't think like we should go over that too much with an all in. It looks like the most used is going to be this 60% pot bet, which I thought was like correct anyways. This over bet is over bets used the most, and then the jam just I just don't think these two sizings are too much. I think solver understands the MDF / pot odds would just be too poor for the in position to defend reasonably with hands that are not going to just be like ace high nuts, ace high flush, and so we bet this 130, and as you can see, so bluffs are coming from bottom of range, so like pocket sevens. Well, that's a set. Like this 5-4. So 5-4. I think why 5-4 is in range is just because the 5 unblocks the calling range of the cutoff or the in position, blocks some straights, which he's not supposed to have anyways. And we'll go to the cutoff response to the overbet, 134% pot size bet, and it looks like the calls are coming from sets. Pocket eights, wow, pocket eights is almost calling pure. That I believe blocks a lot of the straight plus flush draws in out of positions range. We got the top sets. We got queens calling at half frequency, king jack pure mixing, and basically everything else is the nuts in red here that's raising. Ace king off with, looks like with the diamond is calling. Wow. So to recap, I just want to show you the bluffs. To go over what I set out to go over in this video is that bluffs are coming from, yet again, bottom of your range, right here, bottom of range, that block the calling range of the opponent, like 5-4 suited, not 5-4 of diamonds. You can't have 5-4 of diamonds. 4 of diamonds is on the board. 7-6 is that straight? 7-6 9-10 jack. Nope, that is blocking. So it's going to be coming from bottom of range that blocks the opponent's calling range, except for, you know, this 7-6 is a flush. And it's also the bluffs. Let's see, pocket nines is a set. King 8, all combos of King 8. That's bottom of range. That well, this King 8 of diamonds, you're gonna have all combos of the suited King 8s. So it looks like King will block with the ace of, oh, so this has all the suited hands. Your worst unsuited hand is going to be Jack 10 off at a very low frequency. So let's go to Ace 10 off. And that's actually checking. So again, your bluffs are coming from bottom of range that block the straights. And then the hands with 8s and 7s in it, again, blocking the straight draws. So blocking the opponent's continuing range. So next time you're in a hand like this, think about the bottom of your range that will block his calling range. Yeah, so pocket 8s is a hand that unblocks the opponent's calling range or bluffing range, but has enough equity to beat hands like 5-4 and the king high bluffs that were coming from out of position. So next time you're in a spot like this, let's see if we want to be bluffing with hands that hit the board. Pocket 10s, check. Yeah, all these hands check on the river, out of position. Hands that have showdown, Ace 10 will mostly be checking. All these one pair hands usually check. It looks like you want to totally unblock all the for your bluffs. You want to unblock all the hands that in position will call with. So if you have a 10 or so, you're blocking too much. And King 7 suited, which blocks. That's actually a pair, but so we want to unblock the calling range, which would be hands. Which would be hands with these pocket 8s, and I think this is like I said, it's very reasonable for to see this live. I think these are the types of spots that you should be studying because it's logical even for lower level players to sort of do, and you use removal to make your most informed play. I think there's a lot to be learned here. I will probably be delving deeper, but for now we want to bluff with hands that block the opponent's calling range, which would be hands that make straights and hands that make higher flushes. And keep that in mind next time you're on a monotone flop. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like and subscribe. See ya.